international scale tonight. And just for emphasis.
One and one. Okay, gentlemen, you had your instructions in the dressing room. I want to make clear now what my expectations are. Anything on the belt here is going to be good. Anything on the belt here is going to be good. Now, gentlemen, let me be clear. Both of you, world-class championship caliber fighters, and I expect you to conduct yourself that way, and nothing less is going to be acceptable. Protect yourself at all times, obey my commands at all times. Mr. Ward, Mr. Kovalev, gentlemen, let's do this.
That feeling of excitement you have in your stomach right now, boxing fans, is only generated by a fight like this. When the best fight the best, it is a great matchup. The question is, can it be a great fight?
Only the third time since Ring Magazine began carrying pound-for-pound rankings in the 1980s that two unbeaten fighters from the top 10 of the pound-for-pound rankings have gone against each other. For that reason and that reason alone, it's the most important fight of 2016.
And without a doubt, I can't see this fight not being a good fight. Both of these guys want to win. Both of these guys want to inflict pain on the other guy. Both of these guys want to prove that they are pound for pound the best right now today at their primes.
Opinions are split just about 50-50 as to who is going to win this fight. Ward wound up the very slight betting favorite, I think because his entire career has demonstrated that he's a truly great fighter. He's going to have to be great right now to overcome Kovalev.
And the build-up to the fight has been just fractious enough that as they get going here, neither fighter is hampered by the problem of liking the other guy. They don't. Tactical start. Kovalev wants to be sure not to overreach early. Quick right hand lands for Ward. Ward getting a little left to the body.
The thing about Kovalev's power is it makes it such that Andre has to walk a tightrope.
Stiff
there you see him hurt by a jab.
Two stiff jab by Kovalev knocked Ward back a few feet.
Ward controlling the round until then, and one jab seemed to shake him up.
Kovalev has one of the most powerful jabs in boxing, Max.
Bernard Hopkins says it's a power punch. It's not like other jabs.
Much more of a margin for error for Kovalev. Ward not as big a puncher.
But you know, Max, sometimes when a guy feels power,
hard right hand by Kovalev.
He realizes that he has to throw more power in order to be able to keep up with his opponent.
Just shows you, though, Ward doing a lot of good things this round, and Kovalev only has to do one or two good things.
Let him out, let him out, let him out, let him out.
So round one, very interesting so far with 30 seconds to go. Ward has forced Kovalev into the kind of tactical confrontation he doesn't really want to have, but Kovalev has thrown the more meaningful punches of the two.
Ward trying to get inside Kovalev's power, but that is dangerous because you have to avoid those power shots on your way in.
Probably less dangerous inside of it, though, than right in punching range. Kovalev trying to control him with his jab, and sometimes he was able to do it.
Jab and one other jab, and that was basically his work for the round. And it may have been enough to win him the round.
The Ward is moving up from 168 to 175 as a pro, but keep in mind, he won his Olympic gold medal in 2004 in Athens in a weight class, the limit for which was 178 pounds. So he has a deep background in fighting against fighters this size. He just hasn't done it that recently. And Harold Lederman unofficially gives round one to Kovalev.
Watch your feet, watch your feet. Stop, stop.
Kovalev doing a good job nullifying Ward's attack once Ward gets inside.
Yeah, that was pretty exceptional there what he did, Max. It was kind of a good move on Kovalev's part, because when Andre got in that place to where we usually see other fighters unable to punch, he locked Andre up so Andre couldn't punch either. Good jab by Andre.
Andre doing a lot of good things, but he's got to keep doing them. Kovalev's power is the great equalizer.
Use it.
Left hand lands for Kovalev. And again. Ward shaking his head, but Kovalev is piercing his guard and landing hard shots. Hard right hand for Kovalev. Left jab lands again. Ward is having trouble defending against Kovalev, and we've never seen him have this kind of trouble before.
Well, when the left jab lands like a straight right hand, it's a problem.
And that's something that we've never seen him have to deal with before.
So a small education going on early as Ward learns the difference between Kovalev and any other opponent he's faced. Power, length.
Some have likened this fight in its way to Hearns and Sugar Ray Leonard. The bigger puncher Hearns stalking the kind of more dynamic, more multifaceted fighter in Sugar Ray, who had to wind up coming back down on points to stop Tommy Hearns.
Oh! Down goes Ward on a perfect right-hand shot. That's only the second time in Andre Ward's career that he's been knocked out. And never has he tasted thunder like that before.
And never in a fight in which he was losing it up to that point.
Kovalev wants to finish. He's going to go for it right now. And Ward needs to tackle him to blunt the assault.
Kovalev's accuracy and precision showing up, and Ward fights him off the left hook at the end of the round.
A tremendous second round for Sergey Kovalev.
Here you see Kovalev throw the right hand. Ward tried to counter with straight right, but he countered from the right side, which is very dangerous, and Kovalev was able to beat.
Side with their 2-year-old son celebrating early. But there's a long way to go.
Yes, it is, Jim.
Maybe. I mean, there's a long way to go, maybe. If Kovalev is able to land as easily as he has in the first 2 rounds, particularly the second, maybe there's not a long way to go. Ward's got to find a way to make it a long way to go.
In the second round, Kovalev landed 11 of 26 power shots. Ward was 0 for 4. And Ward is doing more tackling and punching so far.
Not a bad idea if you're Andre.
This bullshit's got to stop. Let's stop right now, okay? I want to keep it clean. Keep it clean. Tap up. Let's go.
Try to bully the bully a little bit. And try to rough him up some way without getting into exchanges, which Ward is losing.
Kovalev has very smart feet, Max. And what I mean by that is he's not allowing Andre to fight him at that distance where everybody else usually allows Andre to fight it.
You know what else is showing up is Kovalev's activity. He looks like the sharper fighter.
He looks like the more confident fighter. He looks like the stronger fighter. And he's way more accurate with his punch.
And by activity, I don't mean in this fight. I mean in recent years.
Yes.
He's constantly in the ring, and he's sharp as a result.
12 fights over the course of the past 5 years. Ward has had 5. Let's open the microphone that Virgil Hunter is wearing in Ward's corner and see if we can find out what Virgil is trying to say to Ward.
Ward feeling, it looks like, as though he's going to have to weather the storm and rough Kovalev up.
No, let him up. He keeps grabbing me, Bird. Quit standing front.
Hook to Ward. Best punch so far for Andre Ward. Snaps Kovalev's head with a left hook.
It was the difference again being Kovalev can take that shot much better because Andre's not the kind of puncher that Sergey is. A shot like that from Sergey puts Andre on the canvas.
Round is on the table. Kovalev seemed to win the first two, certainly won the second. It was a 2-point round. Last 30 seconds of the round will determine who wins this one.
Yeah, Virgil Hunter trying to get Andre Ward not to stand right there in front of Kovalev and show him a still picture. He wants Andre to go left or right and not be right there in front of him because that right hand and that jab are very dangerous right down the pipe.
Ward trying to wrestle with Kovalev, and Kovalev manages to throw in a few little taps to the head.
I thought that was actually Sergey wrestling with Ward in that instance.
Got a bell coming.
Andre showed championship heart, resolve, and determination in that.
Come on, John, win the next one for me.
You saw the CompuBox numbers between round. Kovalev basically doubling Ward in terms of landed punches and thrown punches so far. We go to round number 4. You heard Virgil Hunter saying in Ward's ear, you're going to stop him. You're going to stop him. Does that mean they've already given up on winning a decision? Probably not. Harold, how do you have it through 3?
Okay, Jim. I got a 3-0, 30-26, Sergey Kovalev. You know, Jim, he's landing all the hard, effective shots. He's landing the shots that you score rounds for. You know, in other words, Kovalev is landing the punches that the judges should be seeing. And that's why he won the first 3 rounds. Andre Ward doing a lot of grabbing, backing up. I'm surprised you don't see Andre Ward back up that often, but he's backing up in his fight. And you see that? He does a lot of grabbing. He's holding a lot. 3-0, Sergey Kovalev.
I can see what Virgil Hunter means when he says you're going to stop him, because he's making Kovalev earn everything. But Kovalev's earning it. And the power of the shots is controlling the fight.
Well, the thing about Andre Ward is he's a lot like Bernard Hopkins. What they know how to do is they are very good at slowing the pace down. And Floyd Mayweather is the best at it. Getting you to a point where you're not sure what's really going on. Then they surprise you with a big shot. And that's what Virgil is trying to foresee coming.
And Ward is trying to dial in a left hook. He's had a couple of quick opportunities to land a left hook against Kovalev this round. Hasn't really nailed him with the shot the way he wants to yet, but that may be coming.
And also, we don't know how Kovalev will respond if Ward can show him some real adversity. If Ward can make him think at moments that this isn't going to be easy, or maybe I have a chance to lose this fight. What happens then?
And the other good thing we know is we know that Ward is in very good condition because he was conditioned by the great Mackie Shieldstone. So his condition is not going to fail him. The only thing that could possibly fail him will be his chin and his boxing skill.
Right. We see that Ward, already first faced with adversity, is responding with championship mettle.
I thought that early in the fight, Kovalev would have the edge because of his punching power. I thought as the fight grew on, Ward would become in better shape because of his conditioning and his way of boxing. Now we'll see who can make the adjustments best at this point in the fight.
A lot of people expected that Andre Ward would want to get inside of Kovalev's long arms and fight him on the inside. When he gets inside, they seem to be tying up, just like that.
Well, he also...
Max and I have already had one argument about who's tying who up.
Well, it's basically been Ward, but there have been instances where Kovalev has initiated it. Ward seems to want to move away from that Kovalev right hand right now and outside the Kovalev jab, and so he's circling counterclockwise, which is not generally the way a right-handed fighter will circle.
What's happening inside?
Kovalev is figuring it out and landing his jab.
What's happening inside is that it's a chess match going on. Ward wants to fight in there. Kovalev doesn't want to allow him to fight in there. So they're having a who's the stronger fighter inside by clinching, pushing, driving the other guy back.
Exactly, and Kovalev so far seems to be winning the
little bit and gave him enough time that the hook didn't land flush on the chin. That's the effectiveness of Kovalev's good straight jab.
Power punches. Kovalev has basically tripled Ward through these first 3 rounds, landing 22 power shots to 7 for Andre Ward to this point in the fight.
Andre Ward has not been in this position ever as a professional. Down on the cards, you have to imagine, having been hurt, knocked down, and this is not Darnell Boone he's getting up against, who's a tough fighter. This is a dominant world champion who's pressing his advantage.
Harold Letterman has not yet scored a round for Andre Ward. The judges scoring the fight officially at ringside are not accustomed to seeing Andre Ward lose a string of rounds like this.
I thought Andre could have won the last round.
No, let him out. Let him out. Let him out. Here we go.
Good body shot by Ward. Good hook by Kovalev.
Kovalev able to just slice through Ward's guard with straight punches, especially the jab.
Ward tries to get inside. Kovalev pushes him away. Kovalev very patient so far. When he knocked Hopkins down in the first round, he never got greedy, was perfectly content to coast to a boxing win the rest of the way.
Good
Ward
jab.
lands a good straight jab.
And one mistake that Kovalev is making right now, Jim, is he's following Ward around instead of cutting the ring off. Like right there, he's following him instead of cutting the ring off.
But he hasn't put doubt in Kovalev's mind. He's landed some good punches. He's done some things Kovalev hasn't liked, but I haven't seen him put doubt in the aggressive power puncher's mind. And it's tough for the boxer, especially when that puncher's landing shots, to win if he can't put that doubt there.
Body shots in the clinch for Andre Ward, and he tries to land upstairs in the clinch as well. Harold Letterman made a good point before. The punches that are easy to see landing, that's Kovalev.
Those punches like that lead hook Ward just threw, though, are getting closer and closer, Jim.
Oh, he's dialing it in.
And if he lands that lead left hook like that, it's going to be a bad outcome. Good jab by Kovalev.
And the crowd is exhorting him on, SOG. But there for the first time, it seems that Ward's punch affected Kovalev.
Good, quick left jab and a right hand over the top by Ward. It's Kovalev coming back, trying to regain control with the jab.
It's an edge-of-your-seat kind of fight because you know, no matter what Andre does, no matter how much good work he does, one shot from Kovalev can change everything.
Yeah, but same thing with Ward. One shot from Ward could also change everything, Max.
We just have yet to see that. Although slowly, Ward is starting to really assert himself in this round.
Achieving more offensive rhythm than had been the case.
And use them face for him, Sergey. He don't want to fight you, man.
Round 6 of the scheduled 12. First 5 seem to have gone by pretty quickly.
Good hook to the body by Ward.
In case you're just joining us, Kovalev knocked Ward down in the second round. Got to Ward with his jab in the first few rounds. Ward began to reach Kovalev with a left hook. Landed one right cross in the last round.
Good jab to the body by Ward.
See, that's Kovalev holding Ward's left arm.
Yeah, because this is where Ward wants to fight. This
right arm.
This is the place that Ward usually gets guys at that they can't fight back, and Kovalev is trying to stop that. He's done his homework, Max. He knows that this is the point where he'll have the hardest time dealing with Ward. So what he does is he tries to tie Ward up to stop that. A very smart move by Kovalev.
Let him go. Let him go.
Kovalev trying to catch Ward coming in with the right hand.
Kovalev making it obvious there that Ward's the one tying up by splaying his arms out. Look, I'm not holding.
Right now. I'm not surprised at all that Ward hasn't turned southpaw in this fight because he realizes that turning southpaw, he's very susceptible to that right hand lead. And the right hand has already put him down once, so that's why I think he's smart enough to stay in the orthodox stance.
With keeping in mind that Kovalev
that was a good right hand by Kovalev.
Can do that and really hurt Ward. I think Ward may have won 2 consecutive rounds, and I think he's winning this one. Well, that's a good right hand by Kovalev.
Yeah, it might have hurt his eardrum, or he could have just been putting it up for defense.
I don't think Ward's winning this round, but you're the expert.
I think the clean shots have been landed by Ward in this round, even though he's giving the impression at times, or Kovalev is, that he's doing the hunting.
He is hunting, Max, but what Ward is doing is Ward is very smart. He's backing back on the defensive, but he's very explosive when he does attack like that.
A good little right hand by Kovalev.
Gets in another right hand. He's had 2 good, clean right hands in this round.
Yes, I agree.
Very good right hands. Oh.
Near miss.
But
Ward shaking his head.
There's also the psychological impression left by Kovalev. Even a near miss, you're like, whoa, that was almost the end for Ward. And psychologically, I think it sways observers to think that Kovalev is doing maybe a little better than he's actually doing.
He's landing plenty.
Good body shot by Ward.
Another good body shot by Ward.
Yes.
And another one on the left side. Ward lands inside. Kovalev lands at distance.
Injured the ear or hurt the eardrum. I'm not sure if it was for defense or if it really had an effect on Andre's ear at all.
Harold, how do you have it through 6?
59, 54, 5 rounds to 1, Sergey Kovalev. Jim, in my estimation, he's landing the harder, cleaner shots, and those are the shots that are doing damage, and those are the shots that are winning the rounds. Andre Ward doing a lot of holding, a lot of running away. I mean, he's backing up constantly. I don't know why. If I were Andre Ward, I would take this fight to Kovalev and beat him up. But be as it may, that's how Andre wants to fight. See, there he goes. Back it up, back it up, back it up. I don't think he can beat a big guy like Sergey Kovalev backing up. You got to take it to him. 5 rounds to 1, Sergey Kovalev.
And he has a knockdown point.
Sure, just take the fight to Kovalev and beat him up.
Like it's that easy, huh?
I mean, look, they're the same height. Technically, they're listed at the same height, and Ward is not a small light heavyweight at this point. But it looks to me, just eyeballing it, Roy, not just that Ward moved up, but that it's a good big man versus a good little man. Not in an exaggerated way, but I do think that's a way you can state this.
You can. It's a big punch against a good boxer who can punch also.
Good jab by Ward. Pace has slowed a little bit here in round number 7.
Kovalev just looks the bigger and the stronger of the two.
That wide stance makes him definitely look the stronger, Max, because there's a good
Good quick jab by Ward. Tries to follow it up with the right hand.
Oh, another good jab
by Ward. And halfway through, he's certainly winning this round.
And see, right here is where he wants to fight at, Max. And this is where he knows Kovalev is not really comfortable at. That's why he wants to fight right here.
Ward dug a couple good body shots.
Like that right
Exactly
there.
what Virgil Hunter was thinking of when he was asking Ward, do you think he's wearing down yet? Do you think he's wearing down? Because that's the signal for Ward to go inside and begin trying to dominate with its two-fisted attack up close.
Well, we are in the second half of the fight.
And he's hit Kovalev with some very good stiff jabs this round.
The texture of the fight has changed significantly in the last 2 minutes.
Kovalev's
Hold
very
for Andre
heavy-handed.
Ward. Robert Byrd is trying to referee with his words, continually talking to the fighters, trying to keep things on an even keel. Ward is getting closer and getting inside Kovalev's arms, where it's harder for Kovalev to do that kind of damage. This time he caught Ward coming in.
And there's the tightrope Ward has to walk. All the good work he's done in this round. A jab from Kovalev you have to be careful about.
Yep, everything.
The right hand by Ward. Kovalev wants to land one more shot before the round ends, and gets in a left hand. That was a very good round for Andre Ward.
Beautiful exchange of jabs by both fighters.
Going into the second half of the fight, the strategy seemed to be from Ward's camp. Ward is a thoroughbred, and Kovalev is a front runner. Let's see what happens in the second half. The question is, what if Kovalev is also a thoroughbred, and he's built that early lead?
Ward outlanded Kovalev in the last round, has come out throwing in this round. His momentum has changed considerably.
You see, now this is what Ward wants. A little wrestling, a little body punching. All of this is going to help weaken Kovalev. And that's what Ward wants. This is the type of a fight that Andre Ward wants to be in. Because this is where Andre Ward rules. He dominates at a fight like this, at this pace, and at this distance.
And Kovalev likes being away from Ward at this distance, where he can extend his arms and land his long shots.
See that? That's where Andre wants to be.
Body.
Yes, he loves to be in close, but you can't really hurt him, but he can inflict pain and punishment on you.
He's one of the most creative fighters ever in boxing at finding angles to land punches inside when you don't think there's room for him to do so. Ward's body shots seem to be taking a toll now. Mentioned that Kovalev was happy to go ahead and seek the decision against Bernard Hopkins in a fight in which he had knocked Hopkins down early. He's never had a knockout past the 8th round.
Good hook by Andre. Now Andre's starting to hit him a little bit more frequently and a little bit more flushly.
Kovalev going back to being more active. Probably feeling some pressure to start winning rounds again. Let the judges see what he can do.
Yeah, and Andre was pushing the issue more, being more like Andre at that close range.
And in terms of the scores, Harold has given 2 rounds to Kovalev that I thought could have been given to Ward. I'm not saying they should have been, but if that's the case, this may be very close on the scorecards right now.
Well, it's obvious that these judges don't give too much of a care what you and Harold think. They proved that in the other court.
They certainly didn't. They certainly didn't in the Darlitz Perez-Maurice Hooker fight.
Sergey, don't do that. Don't do that. Let's go.
Good jab by Sergey.
That's the timing he needs to master.
And good jab back by Ward.
And a right hand that he knifed to the body under, and again, Ward's doing some really good body work in these middle rounds.
Really trying to wear Kovalev down for the later part of the fight.
Kovalev trying to wrestle free and get distance to fire a big shot. Ward gets away before he can do it.
Stop, let him out. All right, here we go.
That's Andre Ward's kind of fight.
Boy, that's a great fighter you're watching to come back.
Think about this feeling. This is 9, guys, 9.
Round 9.
Now, I know we don't give Kovalev a lot of, well, we do give Kovalev a lot of credit, but the thing that I think people don't give Kovalev a lot of credit for is his great ability to keep those feet spread so wide and to use his feet to get in and out on an opponent at any time that he feels like it. Some great footwork.
Get off his neck. Don't do that.
Hurt by a jab in the first round, then dropped by a right hand, dominated early. Andre Ward has turned this into an even fight here in the 9th round, if not on the scorecards, at least on a round-by-round basis at this point.
And at this point, we're coming to a dangerous point for Kovalev because now Ward is comfortable, and that's what you don't want. Anytime Ward can get comfortable in a fight, it makes it very difficult for the opposition.
Kovalev just landed a good, clean combination. Now Ward comes back with the left hand.
Class tells overtime, and
left hand for Kovalev.
Andre's championship pedigree is showing up, but again, Kovalev's power can change at any time.
Kovalev looks like he's speaking.
Now Ward trying to get to the body inside. Kovalev pushes him back into the ropes.
Well, Kovalev looks like he's starting to weaken a little bit, Jim.
Those body shots, Roy.
Yeah, I think they're taking a little bit out of him now.
What's your evidence?
Well, just the way that I see the punches coming. They're not nearly as sharp or have the velocity on them that they had on in the early rounds. And punches like that
hard right hand
really
body
hurt.
Shot by Andre Ward.
Yes, punches don't have the velocity on them that they had early in the rounds.
Those right hands that Andre knifes that are hardly noticeable at times.
And see, Andre's punches have gotten harder.
Yes, Andre landed a hard right hand. They both landed jabs. Andre's was harder.
Yep, under the armpit that Andre lands, right around the heart. They're debilitating Kovalev.
Pull your arms out. Pull your arms out. Let's work. There you go.
This is the best place in the fight for Andre.
Great straight right hand by Ward. Andre Ward trying to close down the distance on the scorecards. Kovalev comes back with a solid shot. And a hard right hand by Kovalev.
Andre feeling very confident right now.
This is building toward being a great fight.
Yes.
This is a great fight.
If Andre Ward is able to overcome what he had to overcome early in this fight, there's still a long way to go, and somehow win, you are watching greatness.
You're watching greatness anyway, Max.
That's right.
Great fighters. Two great fighters.
don't often get to see real greatness.
After a left hand put Kovalev's head under the ropes. Kovalev wants to answer back before the round is over. Could create an opportunity for Ward.
Good combination by
Great
Kovalev.
combination. Kovalev and a hard right hand by Ward. Andre Ward landed his high number in the fight, 17 punches in the 9th round, 9 power shots, 8 jabs. Kovalev landed back 11 times, but Ward has the momentum in the fight now as we come to round number 10. Harold, how do you have it on your card?
Okay, Jim, I got an 87-83, 6 rounds to 3, Sergey Kovalev. Jim, I got to tell you, I just think that Andre Ward can't give up any more rounds if he wants to win this decision. It looks like the fight's going a distance. Andre's got momentum going for him. He's doing a lot better, but sometimes you watch him and he gets hit by real good shots, and you can't take it away from Kovalev. 6-3, Sergey Kovalev.
Harold, you and I are going to have to agree to disagree on the last round. I thought Andre Ward won that last round, and I don't know that this fight is going the distance. I think anything can happen.
Yeah, and I agree with you, Max. I don't know that this fight is going the distance. I know that this is the best time for Andre in the fight because now he's comfortable and he knows how to do things. He knows the speed at which Kovalev punches are coming at him. So now he can get in that rhythm that he loves to get in.
Kovalev got in a hard counter shot. Ward missed his right hand over the top. So that moment went to Kovalev. And each moment counts now as we go down the stretch.
Well, that
Ward
moment went to
another
Ward.
One. Yep,
And that one too.
And that moment went to Ward.
And that moment went to Kovalev. And there's another one. So they're trading back and forth at this point, and they know the mental game that's going on, and they know the stakes. You heard Bergel say to Andre Ward, you've got to win the last 3 rounds.
The only bad thing is that Ward's explosive punches are much more explosive right now than Kovalev's explosive punches.
And yet Kovalev has heavier hands.
He does, but the punches, the heavy hands are what hurt Ward early, but I don't know if that'll be enough to hurt him at this point in the fight after all the body shots that he's admonished on Kovalev. Yes.
I think both fighters are focused on winning a decision. Both fighters are focused on winning as many of the exchanges as they can down the stretch of the fight. Hard right hand by Kovalev, left hook by Ward. They keep trading big shots.
Yeah, they do.
What a tremendous fight this is to see it contested on this level with these shifts of momentum.
And it's getting better and better.
And only a great fighter can win this fight.
Only a great fighter can fight this fight, Max.
Who is the greater fighter tonight?
That's the question. A good jab by both fighters.
The thing about Kovalev is while you're showboating him like a bolo punch, he's throwing the jab.
Hard right hand by Kovalev.
I thought Ward rode that back mostly, but it did land.
And if Ward needed to win every round, he may just have lost one that he couldn't have lost.
Yeah, Kovalev missed Ward with that right hand.
I gave him credit for a landed punch, but it didn't land.
Yeah, he didn't land that.
But Kovalev did reestablish his jab in an effective way, and that may have carried the round.
Well, they both established their jabs that round. That was a pretty even round to me because both guys landed good jabs. Nothing really spectacular landed, but both of them landed some pretty powerful jabs.
Letterman gave the 10th to Kovalev. He now has an insurmountable lead on the Letterman card unless Ward can score knockdowns or knock him out. The Letterman card is unofficial, and judges often disagree with it.
I can see where the 10th goes to Kovalev, but I thought the 9th went to Ward, and I thought there were a couple others that could have.
Once again, Kovalev following Ward instead of cutting the ring off.
Come up. You okay? You all right? Are you okay? All right, let's go.
Seconds ticking by while Bird talks to Kovalev. Ward needs every second, or so it would appear.
I think Virgil Hunter anticipated that when Ward started making things uncomfortable for Kovalev, Kovalev would start to fold. But Kovalev has not folded. He's responded like a champion.
Yes,
so Ward landed a solid left hook there that knocked Kovalev back.
Kovalev has responded great, Max.
Kovalev has shown championship heart so far. No question.
And
so has Ward.
And part of that is he didn't start getting wild when Ward started having success. He stuck to a game plan and went back to boxing when he had to. Kovalev did. It's a disciplined fight for a big puncher.
Sergey Kovalev told us yesterday, my number one thought going into the fight is don't lose your mind. Don't get flustered. Don't get frustrated. Keep coming. And he's coming again right now.
That right hand is keeping Andre honest. We haven't seen Andre really go to that left hook upstairs.
Good
That
shot.
there it is.
Good body shot with the left. He lands the left hook upstairs. Sergey Kovalev has a chin.
That's always been Andre's money punch, is the left hook upstairs.
Oh, good shot. Kovalev dead tired now. Not cutting the ring off. Dead tired. The body shots have him frustrated and tired. He has to cut the ring off right there.
But he hasn't lost this round yet.
Yeah, frustrated and tired isn't good enough, Roy. Andre has to capitalize on that.
I'm not saying it's good enough. I'm just saying, but he is frustrated and tired this round.
Yes, I agree.
But in 15 seconds, there'll only be 3 minutes to go.
Oh, good jab, Andre.
Pretty good round for Andre Ward. Kovalev keeps coming, though.
Andre's landed the big, clean shots in this round.
Put him down.
Before the 14th round in Sugar Ray Leonard, Tommy Hearns, their first fight, Angelo Dundee told Sugar Ray Leonard, "You're blowing it, son." Leonard went out and stopped Tommy Hearns. And that was Virgil Hunter's version of that.
Oh, good hook by Ward.
Ward's landed some colossal shots in the last 4 rounds, but Kovalev is still landing too.
They just exchanged a good left hand right there. Kovalev the uppercut and Ward the left hook. Oh, good hook
Good
by
left
Ward
hook
again.
by Ward. He's been money with the left hook in the last few rounds.
Does Andre Ward believe he needs to risk a knockout to win this fight? That's a terrible risk to take against Kovalev, but he may feel that way.
Oh, good hook by Kovalev.
Let him go. Let him go.
Kovalev not giving no ground here, son. Ward has pushed him like a dog, like his coach told him to, but Kovalev is not backing down. He's accepting everything that Ward brings, and he's showing that he's gagging him enough to fight back and try to return the favors.
The difference is Kovalev doesn't seem worried about Ward's power, and Ward knows he has to worry about Kovalev.
Well, I think Kovalev is worried. He's just not really showing it.
Ward has landed
Good body shots by Kovalev.
Yeah, they work.
Ward is the body puncher, but Kovalev got in 2 solid shots right there at a time when he most needs them. I just wonder if Andre Ward is going to look back and think he should have generated more activity down the stretch of the fight. I know he's not accustomed to fighting at a super fast pace.
Oh, good body shot by Kovalev. Oh, really good body shot by Kovalev.
Several good body shots in this round. And Ward backs up.
I think he knows that may have hurt Ward a little bit. Oh, that's a low blow.
And Bird calls the low blow and tells Kovalev to keep him up. But the seconds are ticking away. 37 seconds to go.
Good jab by Kovalev.
And you wonder if the sand is running out of the hourglass on Andre Ward's perfect professional career and his incredible mark of not having lost since he was an early teenager.
I'm going to be very interested to see these scores as it looks at this moment as though we're going to get to hear them.
I'm just telling y'all, I'm glad to see 2 guys step up and fight each other at the peak of their careers and give us what the fans asked for. They give us the best fight that boxing has had in quite some time.
Tremendous fight.
Two great fighters at their best, putting it all on the line. They put it all on the line when they signed to fight each other, and they fought that way.
And as we wait for the scorecards, remember the X factors. Kovalev's knockdown of Ward in the second round. An American hero against a Russian fighter in Las Vegas. And possibly the difference in the fight. We'll have to wait and see. Round two, Sergey Kovalev knocking Ward down.
A good punch, a good straight right hand. Ward trying to counter, and Sergey Kovalev being the quick of the two, beat him to the punch on that one.
Only the second knockdown of Andre Ward's entire career. Harold, how did you score it?
Okay, Jim. I got it 116, 111, 8 rounds to 4. Sergey 109 for Pacquiao. I thought that was the right score. And last but...
Ladies and gentlemen, we go to the judges' scorecards after 12 rounds of action. John McKay, Bert Clements, and Glenn Trowbridge all scored the contest 114 to 113 to the winner by unanimous decision and new unified light heavyweight champion of the world, still undefeated, Andre S.O.G. Ward.